returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, now McCarthy. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Mark Andrews, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is McCarthy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need... And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Seahawks are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage here by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Here's McCarthy. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going. Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
And that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
2nd and 6.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
You talk about this Seahawk defense.
They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 73 yards.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he goes out right around the 39. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd and 1. Walker with a grab, left side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
A gain of 5. And the Seahawks 1st down.
We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
Vikings 7.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Duvernay in motion. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards the game there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for first.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
This now a 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here's Walker.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
To the air with McCarthy.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson.
And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. In motion comes the tight end left.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
And his pass incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left.
Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on a touch pass.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Third and 2. Now McCarthy.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Vikings get a bit closer. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Point after, right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Now a 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Now 3rd down and very long.
They'll set up a throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the left sideline.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
McCarthy operating from the gun. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But and he's taken down back at his own 7.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Will Reichert to kick off for the Vikings.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Second and 9 now. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. And now here's another interception. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Open man is Duvernay.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. And right in the yard.
From the 25, here's 2nd and a yard.
He'll drop to throw.
Right back to Duvernay. That's complete.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd down and 8.
Now it's the backup Darnold. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge, maybe not counted on to be that inline.
And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Darnold now to throw.
Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now Darnold. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
At the 44-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will cut the lead down to 15. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
We have played 3 quarters.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Straight ahead, Walker. Down the sideline he goes.
And he'll be taken down at the 26.
107 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And now Metcalf going to get a chance to run.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Option play, and they'll give to Walker.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
We're facing a big 4th quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. To throw is Darnold.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
To the air again, Darnold.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I think with just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. That is caught. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or
touchdown, Vikings!
Justin Jefferson, 31 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a two-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
They're going to throw for the 2 with Darnold. Complete at the 1. And he is going to get in there for the 2 points to make this a 12-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can.
That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Give to Walker on the read option.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further.
Extra point hooks a bit, but it's up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side of this one.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted,
under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. This offense so far on third down, can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Darnold.
Addison hauls it in. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now 2nd and 9.
At the 45-yard line.
Here's Darnold.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Darnold to throw again. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Off of play action, Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Darnold from the gun.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Back to throw, Darnold. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Two yards to go, second down. Sticking with Walker on second down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.